Hello. It took me a minute to realize I had the wrong screen on. It's going to be one of those nights. Maybe the card I'm doing isn't the best one to be doing. Um, welcome. It is September the 3rd. I am Jennifer Kirk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Guelph, Ontario, and that is in Canada. I hope you guys are having a wonderful first week of September, first week back at school. I can't see you guys on the computer. I gotta take my glasses off. First week back at school for the kids. Today was my son's first day back. And yeah, so I hope everyone is getting settled back into routine. We are going to do a fun fold today for Halloween, actually. But before I do, I'm going to show you some products so today is a special day at Stampin' Up! We had lots of product released today. So our new mini catalog went live today. So all the products are now available for anyone to buy. We had some really adorable online exclusives go live today as well, and some kits. So make sure that you check it out. There is some gorgeous product, and I'm sure some of it's gonna sell out fast. So all right, so we're actually not using new product, but I am going to show you some product that my friend Laurel and I are doing a stamp camp. So a couple times a year we host a stamp camp. It's either in person or virtual, so you can join us in Guelph, Ontario, or you can take it to go if you live in Canada. So registration closes in a month, so October the 5th our registration closes, and the event is on November 15th. So let me turn you down and I will show you the product that we are using, and the catalog does not do it justice. Just let me tell you, like, it is absolutely stunning. So we're doing the Traditions of Christmas Suite collection. So it is a double bundle, so one with just sentiment and one with some gorgeous Christmas greenery. The dies, again, double dies. So one of them are really versatile labels that you can use all the time, not just for Christmas. And then these have some really gorgeous images as well. And then there's an embossing folder, some embellishments, some ribbon, and the designer series paper. Oh my goodness, this does not do it justice. It is absolutely stunning. But you know what? The stamp set, the Christmas greenery, oh, I've had so much fun playing with it. So I can't wait for you guys. Check out my blog. The registration link is there. If you can't find it, just let me know and I can send it to you. All right, so that's that. So we are actually going to do some Halloween tonight, featuring, this is an online exclusive and it's available, the Spooky Halloween bundle, and it's from the Spooky Sweet Suite. That's kind of a tongue twister. Spooky Sweet Suite. So look at these dies. Like, it does a little haunted house, fence, some bats. These ones cut out the stamped images, and then there's a really cute little label here that the bat comes out of. So we're going to play with that. I'll quickly show you the paper. So the paper is also really cute. I know a lot of people don't do Halloween. I normally haven't done Halloween since my youngest has gotten older, but I just saw this and I just needed to do it. So it was so cute. So I'll show you the paper. So here's ones that you can cut out. See, I'm a little bit close. Let me get out a little bit. And you can see my big mess on my desk. Don't look at my mess. Some candy, isn't that cute? These guys, we're going to be using these tonight, so you can just fussy cut them out. The dies don't cut them out, but they're easy enough to fussy cut. Got some labels, okay? So you get 2 sheets of each of these. The backs of them are really versatile. You can use them at any time, not just Halloween, okay? And some gray. So we're going to be using some of those. And then the piece de resistance you get 2 pages of ephemera. Aren't these cool? Okay, so you don't even have to stamp, you don't have to fussy cut, you just push it out of the paper and you've got some little guys that you can use. All right, so do you want to see the card we're making? Do you want to see the card I hope we're making? All right, so we're going to do a totally different front, but we're going to do something similar to this. Okay, but, oh, I didn't get my lemon lolly. Ooh, oh, hopefully I have some lemon lolly around my desk. I forgot to get my lemon lolly for my light of the haunted house. Leave a comment if you're watching so I know you're here. Okay, and then the inside, are you ready? This is a fun fold that my friend Barb had done. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So it pops up and then it folds back in. These are stamped and I just colored them, but tonight we're just going to use stuff that is cut out of the Designer Series paper so you don't have to watch me color. But these critters are why I bought this. They were just adorable. Okay, so we're going to attempt to make this card tonight. All right, or a similar card. So we're going to start with the mechanisms. Okay, so we have 2 pieces of same color of cardstock as your card base. So our card base is just a normal piece cut in half. So this is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then we have 2 pieces that are 3 by 8. Okay, so we need to do some scoring. So let me bring in, and of course I buried it. We need to do some scoring. So we're going to do one piece first. So this is the mechanism. This is the part that we're going to be decorating. Okay, we're going to score that at 2. Make sure that you use the score blade, not the cutting blade. We're going to do that at 2, at 4, and at 6. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. That's easy. We're just going to fold that in the middle, give it a good burnish, fold this back on itself, give it a good burnish, and then fold it back on itself again and give that a good burnish. Okay, so we have a piece just like this. It's like a V with wings. It's like a bat, a bird. Don't mind me, I'm weird tonight. Well, every night, but especially tonight. I'm extremely tired, so I'm just hoping I can do this card. Okay, so now we have another piece that's 3 by 8. We want to, on the 3 side, we want to score it at 1.5. So line it up at 1.5 and score it the long way. Okay, and then we're going to turn it this way, and we are going to score at 2.5. 2.5, 4, and 5.5. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do, this is going to be hard for you to see on black, but what we're going to do is we're going to score from here to here on the diagonal, and then from here to here on the diagonal. So I'm just going to line these up in my tray. Hopefully I can see them. Okay, so I'm lining that one up, and I'm lining this one up. Okay, and I'm just going to give it a score. I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to line this one up. I'm going to line the bottom up. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm lined up in my tray there. Okay, and then give it a score. So that's what we end up with. We end up with a line down the middle, a line here, a line here, a line here, and then a cross in the middle. Okay? All right, we are done with the scoring. So what we want to do now is we want to burnish. So we're just going to fold on all of these lines. Doesn't have to be a really tight burnish, but we're just going to fold. You could even just fold them. You don't have to. Okay, so we're doing that. And then we're going to also fold along the diagonals. Okay, so I'm just on all of our score lines, I'm just breaking the fibers in the card stock. Okay, let's see if I can do this now. So now what we're going to do is we are going to push these in. Okay, push those in and push that like that. So now we're going to end up with that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it around. So I've got like an arrow. We're going to turn it around, and now I'm going to push in here. So I'm just pushing in the side and coming out this way. Okay, I'm going to do that again for you. So we have it straight like this. I'm going to push in along here, and it'll just naturally fold in like this. Then I'm going to turn it to the side, and now I'm going to push in along these score lines and pull out the outsides, and it's going to go like that. Now we want to give it a good burnish. Hopefully that was clear. Okay. This card is super thick, so this is one that you will be putting extra postage on. I believe. I can run it through my thing at the end, but it is thick, and it probably weighs too much to get cheap postage. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in just like this. Okay, so I'm going to center it in here, and I'm going to put glue on here and glue on here, and then when it's done, it's going to open up just like this. Stuff on my card. Okay, so let's do that first, and we do have to hold it down a little bit. So I'm going to put this glue. I have one of these bottles that you have to push so hard. I'm not used to that. Okay, so I have glue on the bottom. I'm going to line it up in the middle, go right up to the score line, leave equal distance on either side. Okay, just try and make it straight, not crooked, not like I've been. What am I doing? I'm doing that wrong, guys. Uh-oh, I probably just ruined. I need it this way. Okay. Oops. Let's start that over. I'm glad I realized I had turned it the wrong way. So let's grab another piece. It is 3 by 8. You guys get to see me score again. Yay. I just threw the paper on the floor. Okay, let's do that again. I'll do it really quick. So we went 3 by 8. So this is 8.5, so I'm just going to take half off. Okay. I'm going to score at 1.5. I can't believe I just did that. Well, don't do what I did. Okay, and then I'm going to score at 2.5, 4, and 5.5. Okay, turn it on an angle, score corner to corner on the diagonal between the 2.5 and the 5.5 line. Do it this way as well. Okay, let's see if I can do this right. I was so worried about my glue. Okay. I'm just going to do this real quick. Just fold them in. How are you guys? Did you guys have a good day? No one's leaving me comments. Are you guys Is anyone here? I hope you're here. Say hi. Do you guys do Halloween cards? Or have you started your Christmas cards? I've started my Christmas cards. All right. There we go. So I'm going to turn it this way. Maybe. Oh, I didn't fold this way. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to... Now it's not going to work for me. What's going on? Ah, there we go. It's not very straight. I'm going too fast. Okay, so we're going to do that. Don't glue it like this. This is the arrow. Now we're going to turn it sideways. And this is the way that we're going to glue. Just like that. All right. Okay, you want to have it like a little house, not a full arrow. Hi, Claire. Are you watching my bloopers? I'm having a fun time making a mess tonight. Okay, I'm getting the glue on before I turn. Oh, see, this is just... I don't know if my hands are getting weaker as I get older. Maybe a bit of both. Okay, center this on the inside. Just like that. And then we're going to put some glue on here. Okay, and then we're going to close this and we're going to hold it for a second. Are you having a good week, Claire? I hope you are. How's work going? That horrible word, eh? Okay, we're going to hold it, let the glue stay. Okay, and then when we open it, it's opening this way. You know what? I have screwed this up again. No, I haven't. Never mind. I'm good. Okay, so we're going to do that. When you close it, it'll come back down. When you open it, it goes up like this. Now what we want to do is we want to take our other. I am, but I've done a lot of bloopers over the years. Do you want to see my blooper, Claire? Oh, I was trying to hide it from everybody, but okay, so now what we want to do is we want to stick this guy on. We want this part that's coming down in the middle. So we want it a mountain in the middle. And we're going to glue this to the bottom, and we're going to glue this one to the top. And then when it curves, it's going to go like this and fit all together. All right? Work's busy. You know what? It makes the day go by faster if work is busy. As long as it's not too busy that you can't think. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of glue just in this corner, okay, just on the bottom. We're going to line this guy up and we're going to stick it in. We're going to make sure it's straight, okay, because you do want that to be straight, but it's only glued in the bottom, and then we're going to glue in the top right corner. So the same thing. I'm just going to put some glue up here. Stick that down. Again, only in the top right corner, not in the bottom panel, and not all the way over, because you want your card to be able to flip in. Okay, make sure it's straight. And there we, oh yeah, see, wait till the glue dries, Jen, before you start playing. Okay, so we're just going to let that dry for a minute. Okay, so we can get the bottom going. So I have a piece of basic white. It's 5 1/4 by 2 3/8, and that is going to go on the bottom. This is good. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything is okay here. It's looking not very lined up. It will take a little while for it to fold on its own. You just have to get it thinking, and then it will do it on its own, okay? Just a couple more times and it'll do it without too much. Okay. All right, so we're gonna stamp. We're gonna do Happy Halloween. So I'm using it's my craft ink. So I actually bought a white craft pad. You get the ink separate, and so it says white. And then I just used my Memento re-inker, and I've re-inked this. And I just, for some images, I just like the really bold coloring that this gives us. Okay, it's much, because the Memento is on a felt pad, sometimes you don't get as nice of an image. Okay, hopefully that's straight. See how brilliant that is? It's brilliant. Are you getting close to retirement, Claire? I don't think I'm ever going to get to retire. Okay, I'm closing this before my fingers end up in it. And then we are going to stick this down. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that down. You're like, why are you doing the inside of the card before you do the outside? Watch why. I will show my big blooper. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're just going to line that up. Isn't that cute? Okay, now we want, I have 4 pieces. I have 2 pieces of designer series paper, and I have 2 pieces of basic white, and all of these are 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. So I'm going to stamp the 2 in the middle, and these 2 I'm going to just decorate with little critters. Okay, so let's stick these guys on. Okay, I'm getting a new glue. This glue is driving me batty. Let's hope this one's better. Oh, much better. I don't even have to squeeze. Now I'm going to be squeezing so hard that I'll get glue everywhere. Make a mess. So the new catalog went live today, the mini. You guys, oh yeah, see I have way too much glue on here now because I was squeezing like my old one. Oh well, we can clean that up. You're close? Oh. I need to live vicariously through you because I am nowhere near close. Okay, and we're going to stick this on here. All right, so let's do some stamping. So I want to stamp Don't Worry, Eat Sweets, okay? But I want to fit it here without it. Well, I guess I could do Don't Worry all the way across. Does Eat Sweets fit? It does. So on my sample card, I split it up, and I did Don't Worry, Eat Sweets, so it's kind of centered. I'm going to try something a little bit different today, so I'm going to go all the way across because it will fit, which is perfect. All right, so I'm going to just ink up the Don't Worry. Try to get that comma in there. Okay, line it up right in the middle. Put it down. Now you're going to have to really clean this one so that you don't get ink on your next part. Okay. It's always good if you have a scrap piece of paper. I don't really have one. Just to make sure that you got all your ink off before you put it down, especially if you're putting it onto a light cardstock. Okay, and now I'm going to do the Eat Sweets. So I'm just inking that up. Coming over. In the middle. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Okay. Cute. All right. So in my little bucket of treats here, I've done a bunch of die cutting out. I've did some fussy cutting of these little critter guys. I have my house, my fence, I have some bats. These little guys, I want to try and see how it works. So this is a die cut. It cuts out like this, and then you can fold it along. There's a burnish line here. I Get my fingers to work. My fingers aren't working. There is a burnish line here, and it makes this cute little bat. So this would be really good if you do like pull cards or anything like that. But I thought that I would try and see what it looks like. See if this looks funny, having a little bat sticking up. What do you guys think? You can't really see it very well, can you? But I think we'll do that. Okay, let's glue these down. Let's glue. Okay, make sure you make your sentence go the right way and not upside down. So this is the bottom of your card. So we want, don't worry, eat sweets. So we're going to stick this one here, and then I'm going to stick this one here. How close are you, Claire? I have friends that are going to be retiring next year, and I'm like, oh, too much glue. It'd be so nice. Do we want them here? No, we're gonna do them here. We're just gonna stick them in here, and let's just hope they don't interfere. What do you guys think? Cute. Can you see the little bat? Okay. So all I didn't like this when I was trying it out. It just looked too big, so I just trimmed it. I just gave it a haircut. Kept the back so I had something to glue, and I just kind of eyeballed it. Make it straight. Oh my goodness. I can't even cut a straight line tonight. Okay, and we'll glue this guy down. We haven't done the front yet. We will. The front's coming. Okay, and then we're just going to glue that just like that. And now we have two bats coming out of the top. I'm not getting any comments on YouTube. If you are at YouTube and watching, let me know. Okay. All right. Now we've got, look at how cute these little guys are. Don't worry, eat sweets. All right, so we're gonna, so these are just cut out from the paper. I would suggest that you don't pop them up because the card is so thick, like really, really thick. Okay, I'm getting glue everywhere. Okay, oh, don't put him upside down. Isn't he cute? Oh my goodness. These guys are just adorable. All right, so we may do some other stuff on the inside. I haven't decided, but that's the inside. Okay, which ones do you like better? So this is the one, so it's different designer series paper. And then I stamped these guys, colored them, and die cut them out. Where this one, I just fussy cut out of the designer series paper. Okay, so that's the inside. We might come back in and put some more like candies and stuff in there, but let's get the outside going. So I need to find Lemon Lolly. Lemon Lolly. Here we go. I just need a piece. How do you guys store your paper? I store it in these little plastic envelopes. Okay, that's perfect size. And that way, Millie doesn't eat all of my paper because she doesn't eat through the plastic. Not yet, anyway. She hasn't figured out. I'm sure she will one day because she, for some reason, my dog, my puppy, likes to eat paper. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this onto here. We're going to get rid of these little bits. I guess we could leave it all black, but I want it to look like there's lights on. So, okay, now my glue is coming up too fast. Never happy, eh? It's too slow, too fast. I have to squeeze too hard. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to glue it along here. And then we're just going to give it a haircut. Okay. I'll have to get back in there with my scissors. Now just go in here and just chop that off. You do not have to be close. You just don't want to see any of the yellow. This is the only tricky part that I sometimes have to put my glasses on to get into. Did I do it? I did. That's good. See, isn't that cute? All right. So what we're gonna do is I have a piece, what is this? 2 by 5 1/4 of the Designer Series paper. Okay. And I'm just going to make it look like a hill. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to, because I want my haunted house to be up on a hill. So I'm just going to rip a little hill. Okay. And then our house can go right up here on the hill. Just like that. You know what I haven't done? Is I haven't thought of a sentiment for this. I better do that before I get too much on here. You know what? I'm going to get some black. So on my original card, I used one of those labels that were in the Designer Series paper, and I just stamped in Versamark and white and put Spooky. I think I'm going to do Spooky up here, but I'm going to do it in black. Let me grab my black if I can find it. Give me 1 moment. So I'm going to do that before I get too much on here, just so I don't get stuff everywhere. I better turn my gun on. All right. So we got some Versamark. Thank you for standing with me tonight. I appreciate the company. Okay, we're just going to do Spooky. Maybe right here. You guys won't be able to see that, but it's just stamped in Versamark. I'm going to take my black embossing powder and just do that over top. Try and get most of it back in the tube. Never works. I'm just giving it a good flick, just like that. All right, so there's the Spooky. Okay, I'm going to heat up for a second, so I'm going to put it on number 2, if you guys can see that. It'll be noisy. I'm just heating it up so that it's hot, so I know it's hot. Don't burn yourself. And then I'm just going to, you can do it from underneath if you don't want your paper. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, we're all done. I find with Designer Series paper, if I come from underneath, it doesn't curl up as much. It still curls a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, and then we're going to stick this here. We're going to glue this down. I'm building my card front. Do you do Halloween cards, Claire? I used to do them I used to do treats and cards for my son's class, but he's too old now. Can't do that anymore. Although I'm sure they would appreciate candy. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this guy here. Now, do we want some fences on here? Do we want some fences? Is he going to walk behind the fence? In front of the fence. I think he needs to walk in front of the fence. So maybe we need our fence at the bottom of the hill. What do you guys think? Fence at the bottom? Bottom of the hill? You do for your grandchildren. Yeah. I don't have grandchildren yet. Thank goodness. Mine are still in school. I can't wait though. Okay. What do you guys think? Does that work? And we'll throw some bats in here. I think that looks cute, don't you? Okay, let's do that. And we'll throw some bats on after. So let's stick this guy down first. Again, I wouldn't pop anything up because the card is just so thick. So I would keep just everything as flat as you can. Otherwise, you definitely will be paying extra postage. You probably are anyway, but okay, this is going to be really fine. I'm actually going to bring in my delinquent glue. See how much you have to push to get anything to come out? Because I will have more control over this one. Watch, I say that, and then it'll come flying out. All right, I give up. I am pulling out a friend gave me this. So I'm going to pull out this. This is much easier. I do fill it with Tombow glue, but it's just so much easier for my old hands to dispense some glue some days. Some days my hands just don't want to work. Okay, so I'm going to stick my fence just like that over the hill. And I do want him to come under. Yeah, I can still get him under. Cute. I think these guys are just adorable. And you know, you don't, if you guys have Halloween stamps, you don't even need to buy the bundle. I mean, I would, because you get really cool die cuts. Maybe just get the dies. But there's enough in the designer series paper that you can make little Halloween scenes. I can show you a couple after that I've made. Just have to make sure I don't show you the one that we're doing for our team. Oh, I didn't need glue on the whole thing. For our team meeting on tomorrow. So I can't show you that one in case somebody's watching. All right. So now let's just put some bats. Oh, I guess I should glue him down. Glue him walking up the hill. Don't want to cover up the spooky. And let's stick some bats down. Oh, too much glue. I got glue everywhere. Okay, do we want one bat? Do we want 3 bats? How many bats do we want? These are my embellishments. 3. I really need to clean my hands. Sorry, guys. I've got glue everywhere on my hands. And so everything is sticking to them. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done. All right. Glue tonight is not my friend. I am fighting with the glue. I am fighting with my folds. It's just one of those nights. Okay, do you want to see what my blooper was? Why I've been hiding my card? Okay, look at this. So on this one, I decorated the front, and then I decorated the inside. It's upside down. So I have to pull this off and put it on here. Isn't that funny? So make sure when you have your card ready to go that you have your bottom at the bottom, fold it down, and then glue it on. Don't do what I did. Do not do what I did, because I ruined a card. That's okay. It won't be the first one. It's not the first one. It won't be the last. There we go. So I think we're going to come in and put some of the little candies in here. If I can bring my die cut sheet out. Okay, who likes these things? What are they called? Corn things? Candy corn. Who likes candy corn? Stick that there. Let's stick this one here. And how about one more? And if you want a bigger place to write, because this doesn't leave you a lot of room, this glue, then you could always put another piece of cardstock on the back of your card. Okay, so there you go. Which one do you like best? The one where we colored with the designer series and stamped, or the one that we just cut out of the designer series paper? I think they're both adorable, personally. Okay, we are done. Let me close that so you can see the front again. And let me show you a couple of other cards that you will see this week. I'm not showing you this one. So here's another one. So this was from the designer series paper here, and I popped them out and popped them out, and it's just gluing a couple things down, and then it's just a cute little fold on the inside. Okay, so that's one. Here's another one. Again, this is from the designer series paper. So is this, just all cut out, popped out. The only stamping I did was the Happy Halloween, and I think he's naked in the inside, is he? Nope. So I have no tricks, all treats on the end. And then I have this one. So I just made a moon. I sponged the gray background, did the little hill. I did put some Wink of Stella on the bats. I don't know if you can see them sparkling. And then on the inside, I just have Happy Halloween. So there's a few ideas if you guys like to make Halloween cards. And I have another one that I can't show you, but I will show you at the end of the week. I will post it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next. I'll see some of you tomorrow for our team meeting, but the rest of you I'll see hopefully next week. Okay, take care. Bye for now.